From the creator of Ty Corp Wrestling brings you Tyler Ty's Discord Survivor. 18 contestants from members of the TCW and gaming community were gathered together and sent to one of Tyler Ty's mysterious private islands in the Pacific Ocean. Little do they know, they'll be starting a memorable journey that will change their lives forever. These castaways will be tested in the ultimate challenge to outwit, outplay, and outlast their peers as they compete through numerous mental challenges. Social connections will be put in check. Some will be gained, others will be lost. One by one, they will be voted out until only one remains to claim the prize of Sole Survivor. 41 days, 18 people, 1 survivor. Welcome everyone to Tyler Ty's Discord Survivor. This is day 1. Our contestants for this season are Beth Anywhere, Felicity, RG, TC, Jaturna, Big Sage, Silvire, Solar, Crack-A-Bear, Brandon by Design, Fang Snuzzles, Arctic Fox, Spades, Skittle Glitter, Naldi, Foggy, Jetbones, and D20 Dad. Today starts day 1. The 18 castaways were given the first 2 twists of the season. The first twist being that everyone will start on the same tribe, Kekkei Genkai. The survivors were gathered together and told that they should introduce themselves. Get to know one another. Today is a free day. Make alliances. Hopefully not any enemies. In the Kekkei Genkai tribe chat, everyone seemed pretty friendly, sharing Myers-Briggs personality test results, a bit of discussion about eating bugs, crunchy or slimy. Well, whatever the case, if you're surviving on an island, you have to succumb somehow, especially when trying to form an alliance. Everyone seemed pretty friendly on introductions, except one specific introduction turned people the wrong way. Spade started his introduction stating that his approach to the game will be to always tell the truth, but only in one of the channels.
I'm honestly just annoyed that Spades is already trying to give himself storyline like he did in TCW. I'll be honest, but only in one chat. It's like, okay dude, we're all looking at you.
And I don't know why people don't want to talk to me. Like, I'm trying to be friendly, they don't want any part of it. I don't know why.
Spades had reached out to me and asked if I'd join an alliance with him and D20 Dad. Did D20 Dad tell him that we are already in an alliance together?
Meanwhile, alliances began to form. Notably, a 6-person alliance containing Crack-A-Bear, Beth, Naldi, Skittle, Solar, and Jetbones called the Power Rangers. A 4-person alliance with Jaturna, Arctic Fox, Beth, and Brandon called Jab. A 4-person alliance with RG, D20, Jaturna, and Brandon called New Survivor Order, and a 3-person alliance with D20, Felicity, and Fang Snuzzles called Consensus.
Spades asked me to form an alliance with him and RG. I pulled RG to the side and told him I didn't really want to get into 2 alliances this early, and he just I'm not sure what he said to Spades, but I'm not allied with Spades.
So my first thought getting into this game is who would I want to be with with in an alliance. Obviously, that's the first thing anybody's going to think. Right off the gate, my sister Beth, my cousin Naldi, easy. Other people might think that we're in alliance already. We could play like we're not. It's probably going to be obvious, you know. But what I was thinking is we also have 3 not so obvious strong connections. I've been friends with Skittle and Solar for years, and also Jet has known our family longer. Jet is also my current roommate. I think the 6 of us, if we grouped up as an alliance, could stay together strong for a long time.
This led us to day 2, the day of the first immunity challenge. Since they were all one tribe, how was the winning team decided? Challenge 1 was called United We Stand. The survivors are tasked with ranking their personal top 14 players, leaving 3 players unranked. First in the ranked gets 14 points, second place gets 13, third gets 12, and so on. These ranks are all done in private, but they're allowed to strategize with others on how they want to rank each other. The top 9 players will be granted immunity from Tribal Council, while the bottom 9 risk getting voted out. Naturally, alliances started to coordinate their votes to assure them all enough points for immunity.
Okay, the tea is that Fel is way too popular. She just had like a convention.
It's hard to not think that Fel, TC, Arctic, I mean, the 3 of them basically are the stream. They work together every day. They're best friends, so.
Brandon said in the Jab Alliance chat that Fel seems like an obvious person to get a lot of points, so I'm not going to give her any extra. Naldi said in the Power Ranger Alliance chat that TC, Fel, and Foggy are probably good in this challenge regardless of where they rank them, just because of who they are. Juturna said in the new Survivor Order Alliance, advising to maybe don't give our top points to Felicity since there's a good chance she has a lot of allies. RG responded, who are the 3 biggest threats? Fel, definitely number 1. Others without a solid alliance had a difficult time here. Notably Big Sage, who said,
I am essentially playing for myself and Silvire at this point. I'm willing and dealing with some of the other lesser known tribe members to make sure that we don't go into elimination.
I made an agreement with Big Sage to put him and Silvire on my challenge list at number 2 and 3. However, I did not do that.
Cracker Bear stated to the Power Rangers Alliance that his ranking will be prioritized on the amount of talking and role-playing others have participated in. And according to him, TC, Sage, and Silvire were not on that list. Beth responded that she is also good voting TC, Sage, and Silvire pretty low. Juturna stated in the Jab Alliance that Sage can be sneaky, and I think he'll find his way into getting points. The night concluded with all survivors submitting their rankings. Morning came and the rankings were revealed. The top 9 and safe from Tribal Council were Beth, Brandon, Juturna, Skittle, Solar, D20 Dad, Jetbones, Arctic Fox, and Fang. The bottom 9 of the challenge were Crack-A-Bear, RG, Foggy, Naldi, Silvire, Felicity, Big Sage, Spades, and last placed was TC. It was at this moment that the second twist of the season went into effect. A swarm of bats fly overhead. Dark clouds from above divide the night sky as the red moon is revealed. A scroll falls from the colony of bats overhead and lands in Tyler Ty's hands. Tyler Ty opens the scroll and written in blood says, TC, the Keki Genkai tribe has denounced you. You have been summoned to Exile Island for 24 hours. You will leave now. Due to TC getting exiled in this way, he would not be participating in tonight's Tribal Council. Survivors began to mingle and strategize for the upcoming vote.
Pretty happy with my 11th place finish. Honestly, I thought I'd be in the bottom 5. So that makes me feel like my team was working to support me, which is nice. I hope TC doesn't get lonely on Exile Island. I don't know what that's all about.
Something I thought was interesting, Beth by far had the most points, and I assigned her 0. So she's either in a lot of alliances or has just generally earned a lot of favor amongst her peers. She's gonna be a force to be reckoned with.
I'm very unsurprised to see Spades getting second least points. I mean, you can't just walk into a social challenge and say, hey, I'm gonna lie to everyone here and expect people to like you. Like, come on.
I'm super happy with where I placed. I am glad that I didn't get, like number 1, number 2 spots. I kind of feel like Beth and Brandon might need to be worried about, I don't know, people considering them more of a threat now because they were, up there.
You know that song, Feeling Good by Michael Bublé? I've had it stuck in my head, and I feel like it really sums up how I'm feeling after yesterday's challenge. I'm not going to sing it for you. Go look it up. I'm sure I was really only in the top 5 because 1, my alliance had my back, and 2, I'm really not seen like that big of a threat. But they have no clue what kind of competitor I am, and I don't think it's smart to count me out just yet.
The big news from the challenge was that Felicity finishing at 15. We all figured her to have the most allies, and if she can somehow get eliminated in the first round, that could really open things up.
With all that being said, it was time for Tribal Council. Welcome to Tribal Council. Behind each of you is a torch. Grab a torch and approach the flame. Dip it in and get fire. This is part of the ritual at Tribal Council because in this game, fire represents your life. When your fire is gone, so are you. Crack-A-Bear, 10th place, so close to immunity. How does it feel having immunity so close within your grasp?
I think there's 2 ways to look at it. First, I'm potentially a target for several players. Second, I'm not as threatening as other players. The ranking could have been solely based on social activity in the tribe, but I feel like a lot of it came down to projected power rankings within the tribe. It doesn't feel great to be part of the first Tribal Council, but if I make it through to see another morning here at camp, I'll take it as a lesson to work on my social game to last a bit longer on the island.
RG, do you think there are a lot of alliances? And if so, how much of a factor do you think it played in this week's challenge?
I do think there are a lot of alliances. I think there are some people who are probably in multiple alliances, which is my biggest fear. But I know that alliances played a big factor in this week's challenge.
Foggy, so early in the game, is trust something that is most important in these early stages, or do you think it's something else?
Trust is hard to build early on, but you gotta take a leap. I'm taking one, and I hope it pans out in the end. But in general, I can't trust anybody in here. I gotta find those who share similar mindset and method rather than finding trust in them.
Naldi, you came up in 13th place. Is this a surprise to you? Where do you see yourself in the results of this challenge?
13th place was a bit of a surprise. I didn't think I'd end up that low. I'd like to think I'm a pretty jovial guy. I help out with getting food and camp building, bring the energy every morning with a nice woo to start the day. But, it hurt my morale a little bit. But it's nothing this Straw Hat can't bounce back from.
Sylvire, it is common knowledge that you and Big Sage are a couple. Do you think that this is an advantage or a disadvantage coming into this game?
I think right now it's an advantage because I know someone I absolutely trust is watching my back. But it can always turn into a disadvantage at any time.
Felicity, I'm probably not the only one that's surprised by this result. What do you think happened?
I think it's because people are scared and threatened by me.
Big Sage, you all are one tribe. Even though everyone is supposed to be a single unit, do you sense division within the tribe?
Oh, definitely. I think there were a lot of people who weren't concerned with this challenge. They may be in the top, but some of them may be down here with the rest of us.
And Spades, not last place, that went to TC, who is now exiled. Would you prefer to be in his shoes right now? Or do you think you're right where you're supposed to be?
Let's face it, I'm an outsider amongst a group of tightly knit folks. I'm not surprised to be at the bottom. This game is really about building relationships and making connections, not coasting on the ones you've already got. If you get lazy, you get burned.
Very well. It is time to vote. Crack-A-Bear, you're first.
right, so I think that Fell is actually on the chopping block tonight. Felicity has been, she's a threat, I think, just because she has so many connections to everybody else here. She's probably the most well-known. She knows everybody likes her, so the fact that TC just got sent off to Exile Island, I think, is like handing us this on a silver platter. We have to get Fell out of the game right now, because if we don't, she's going to pick up steam rolling through the entire game.
I'll go tally the votes. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol or an advantage and they would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Alright, once the votes are read, the decision's final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the Tribal Council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Spades. Second vote, Fell. 1 vote Spades, 1 vote Felicity. Third vote, Spades. That's 2 votes Spades, 1 vote Felicity. Fourth vote, Fell. We're tied. That's 2 votes Spades, 2 votes Felicity. Fifth vote, Felicity. That's 3 votes Felicity, 2 votes Spades. Sixth vote, Fell. That's 4 votes Felicity, 2 votes Spades. 7th vote. First person voted out of Tyler Ties Discord survivor, Felicity. Felicity, that is enough. Please bring me your torch. Fell, the tribe has spoken. It seems like even the ones we may think are the safest may actually be in danger. I guess fame isn't everything. Everyone grab your stuff, go back to camp. Good night.